Hey guys, me and Teen here. Welcome back to a forum game of Let's Play Civ 4. Just a little bit I've done since the last time. I settled this city, Hastings. I started on a farm here, building another worker, then another settler in London, and just continuing another turn or two researching mathematics. Also, Montezuma demanded ironworking. I gave it to him, so he's pleased, and he will declare me for 10 turns, making the odds of him having an early declaration on me pretty low. The other thing that happened is Hinduism spread to York via the trade network along the coast using sailing. So I now have Hinduism available, and if Ragnar asks, I'm going to switch to it. I have a feeling one of the AIs is going to found a different religion as well, so I'm not going to switch necessarily immediately, but I'm going to consider it, especially if that starts spreading onto the continent more. I'm also going to consider a philosophy bulb and a little bit of religion spread of my own to cause some trouble between AI, potentially. I also started a road here. I'm going to chop at peaks, and then I'm going to settle there. So, yeah, that about sums up what happened since I cut off the last video. Still researching for calendar, which is going to be a really strong tech for me right now. And, oh god, don't stop it with the jungle growth. Road does half jungle growth chance. Jungle and forest cannot grow onto tiles with units. And yeah, they also can't grow onto tiles with any kind of improvement on them. So if you want to block spread for sure, build an improvement. I can't do there yet, so I'm not going to. But just something to keep in mind. Let's replace that cottage. York is probably going to be my best city. I'm just going to chop that because I'm going to settle on it and lose the forests otherwise. Oh, there's a plains cow, and I could maybe sneak in rice. I could also try to settle here for the fish. I like either of those sites with on a hill because it's near Ragnar, and that'll be good defenses. Really not worried about Augustus declaring. He's, compared to Julius Caesar, reasonably peaceful. Even reasonably peaceful on his own. So yes. And there you go, Montezuma founded Judaism, so now running Hinduism is much less appealing for me. And do I have enough food in this city to spam cottages? I really do, and I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm financial, and yes, I know people say financial's overpowered all the time, even though it isn't. I mean, I've launched nukes on people in the 1700s using Charlemagne, who was neither financial nor philosophical. And, you know, it's really just a question of how you play. But yeah, if you're paying for a trait by giving up an alternative trait with financial to get the ability to have higher commerce cottages, you should probably cottage. I mean, unless you have something that's even higher return on investment than that, then yeah, go whatever's your highest return on investment. But you're going to have trouble beating financial cottages. What else can I say here? I think I want to get a lighthouse after my next settler. Settling up a lot of land. Probably going to block it soon, and there's Montezuma. So I'm going to settle here. This is going to be a good choke that won't be culture pressured by either AI, and it's going to interfere with them declaring on me to an extent. Probably want another backup city down here, just to prevent any shenanigans on that end. Like them settling here and then using it as a springboard for targeting a different city into my lands. But doing reasonably well diplomatically, actually. And let's just get this whipped in. Getting a border pop as soon as I can. Why am I building research? I should be building another settler. And emphasizing commerce, which city's already doing, kind of because I'm only building commerce improvements there right now. But yeah, let's get some cottages. I have an axeman, and the reason I'm going early calendar, I have, count them, 1, 2, 3 early calendar happiness resources and a calendar health resource. And so you're going to be hard pressed to match that with monarchy. And that's why I'm doing it, because I mean, I do have a monarchy resource too, but rather than using units, I can just use actually strong tile improvements for happiness instead, and get it reasonably quickly. And just a little bit delayed compared to an alternative approach. So that's pretty good. And am I going to get beaten here? No, there's no settler with that archer. I probably don't want to screw around too much longer. I'm going to pre-chop this with settling that. In fact, I'll probably send this settler up there, even though I'd rather wait. And I'm actually going to farm the capital. The capital needs farming to have any chance of growing. And yeah, this is all just early expansion phase. Moving the warrior here just to interfere with barb spawning. Notice that with units down here between this guy and this guy, I can't get barbs spawning down here. So yeah, that's largely barb taken care of with warriors. A little bit with, I have an axe for backup or whatever. But barbs, as long as you know the mechanics, the 2-tile spawn rule, and take a little bit of precaution, you're not going to struggle with barbarians. That's all there is to it. Oh wow, he settled this city. Okay, never mind then. Change in plans. I'm going to, unfortunately, I'm going to drop a city here, and it's really more for strategic reasons than for the city strength itself. I just want good defenses against Montezuma and Ragnar. Another thing I did off screen is I checked all these guys' war plans. So between the last video and this video, I confirmed that nobody, at least for the moment, was plotting war. Montezuma is already willing to do so, although I do not have the oomph to actually bribe him into it. But yeah, made sure that nobody's really plotting too many shenanigans. I should probably whip. No, I'm going to wait and whip a library. I'm going to run some scientists here and try to get an academy finally. I've been putting that off way too long while trying to spam cities with all the commerce I have available to me. And I fail at pre-chopping. I just chopped. I don't know where that chop went, but it went somewhere. Micro Wizards will cry me some tears, I am certain. Let's get some more libraries going. I'm also going to want to settle this soonish, just so they don't sailing wrap me. But not a lot I can do. Got another city site over here eventually. I don't think the AI is going to take it so close to my culture. If they do, they'll get flipped. And that's fine too. Yep, whip. And look at this. Emphasize great person. I'll show it next turn. You can actually get them to run scientists that way. Pretty low micro. Really speeds up the game a little bit. So I suggest doing that. Should I let the city grow? Yeah, I'm gonna go on, build a library. I have a settler heading up there, another settler on the way, so I'm doing alright on settlers. With calendar on the way, I probably want to start chopping the calendar resources free. Yeah, that'll happen in 5 turns. Let's chop another jungle for now, and then combine them once I have calendar. And yeah, I don't need a monument here because of the all my good tiles were in the initial 8. And you'll notice, yes, it's already running a scientist, and as soon as it grows, I bet you it'll be running another one. Check. So that's a quick way to run scientists. You have to understand how the patterns work, but once you do, you can get a lot of goodness that way. Monuments for some culture growth, and let's just get on to that right away. Let's see down here as well. Yeah, Elizabeth's pretty powerhouse because she gets her specialist faster, and she has the financial cottages from which to work. So she's pretty well rounded in that regard. You can play a lot of starts with her. She is not a good fast expander by any stretch, but she really doesn't need to be. And I'm going to let this city grow into unhappiness because I am going to hook up some happiness resources very soon. 2 to be exact, and I think it's about time I settle for a 3rd. In fact, I might want to bring this guy down. Okay, so I got peaks there. So maybe drop a city. Let's see here. This would be a pretty good city. A little bit low on food, actually, because well, I can just farm a couple tiles, and then I'll have enough surplus to grow decently. But I want to pick up the silk right away and just start growing all of my cities. Vertical growth is a good foil to the maintenance increases from horizontal expansion. I showed that in my Solomon Let's Play a little bit. Yeah, if they ask for something minor like that, just give it to them. If you refuse, there's a chance that they'll decide on a quote-unquote sneak attack, declaration of war. Whereas if you accept, you have 10 turns where they can't even consider declaring on you. And it really doesn't help them enough for to merit refusing their requests and risking war. I should probably get a guy over here to chop. I'm going to do that next. Still need monarchy. And I don't want to farm that tile or no cottage it or whatever. whatever it is I'm doing. Yeah, I want to settle that now. And I'm going to want to start on more settlers soon too. But yeah, just get the silk tile hooked up. That's probably my big priority right now. How's London doing? Just grow. Come on. What are you doing? Actually, growth probably isn't the most important thing in London. That's probably a misplay. Oh well. It's not like I've never done that before. I'm like the king of misplaying because I'm playing too quickly. Can I trade for any happiness resources? No, I cannot. How many cities do I have? 5 at 525 BC. So, not breakneck expansion, but at the same time, it's getting its job done here. And just finish with that. Go ahead and give this a little chop. Yeah, clear that with Alt-S and clicking on it. And just settle up. Okay. I now have stone available to me. I'm pretty sure pyramids have gone already. Yeah, they have. So, looks like I'm not going for wonders this game. I just had so much good land to settle. Really didn't find the time for it. Well. It's no big deal. Yeah, Montezuma's still at pleased. Giving him that was really a good play. So I'm chopping forest for some resources. Do I want currency? That's what I'm trying to decide. Or do I want to go for monarchy for even more cap pushing? I think I want to research the monarchy prereqs and see if I can trade for it. Nobody has it now, but they might be researching it. I don't know. And the two guys I'm really worried about are Ragnar and Montezuma. Montezuma's not plotting war. Is Ragnar plotting war? He is not. Okay. If I see that they're plotting war, I'm going to want to start whipping some axes and maybe a couple spears and shove them in Canterbury. Between the hills defense and just having some military units there, maybe some fortification bonuses, I should be fine. That should protect me from any shenanigans for the most part. Plantation next turn, so this city will be happy again, growing with its granary. Excellent. And then I'll have silk and everything hooked up very soon. Yeah, I think this actually, was it working the gold? No, it just took the gold from London. Well, that's lame. Don't do that. Yeah, sometimes it does that when you settle cities. And I really want to pump out settlers, but I don't have a good place to do it from. Well, here's fine. Let's get a settler from here. Still running specialist, so not hurting my cause there. And where's my best research city? It is still London, probably for the gold. I'm not sure if that's going to be true long term, though. I mean, York is going to become incredible. Nottingham is pretty good too right now. Why is Nottingham good? Oh, because I'm running the scientists. Yeah, scientists are a lot of beakers early in the game. Do I want to trade for that? Not really. It's not like the AI has anything. Yeah, when they ask this, if you refuse, once again, they can declare on you. I'm just going to accept it. Puts me at risk with Monty a little bit, but I can just switch back eventually. Anyway, I'm going to get over into the dye tiles, chop this, but then I'm going to work that tile instead. Alright. So I got my monument, setting up the granary. I don't know, Capital's going to have decent research. Let's see, monarchy. Yeah, I could use a few more workers and a settler. I'm going to do it. Why are you starving to build workers? You suck, city. No, if I can get Colossus, I might consider running that in London. And it's not like anybody is researching quickly. For God's sakes, this is terrible. The AI is researching so slowly. And see, if I'd gone straight for calendar without investing in monarchy first, or not monarchy, in alphabet first, I would have had access to all these calendar resources and a larger city even longer, and that's just so valuable. Definitely a bit of a misplay waiting on that. And yeah, just look at this city. Look at this. I mean, the commerce from there compared to the gold mines. Yeah, the gold mines are 8 each. But I've already surpassed that by these cottages. That's just how financial is. Well, normal non-financial gold mines would be 7, so either or. I think I'm going to farm 1 or 2 more tiles just to get the city growing, and then I'm going to cottage it. Just more cottages. Cottages, cottages, cottages. This is going to be my production city, and I'll probably just build a barracks here and drop a couple archers just to protect myself from the warmongers. Archers on hills with their extra 25% hill bonus are pretty solid. And look, we got a Confucian as well. So I'm probably going to want to get out of Hinduism once the game lets me. I only took that to avoid the demerit of refusing a request. I do not want to be running this religion and getting myself into trouble with the AI. Plus, I get the border pop spread from the alternatives as well, and from everything. Yeah, I'll just put an Academy in the capital. Academy in the capital early in the game is usually pretty solid. I mean, look at this, 37 beakers from this. I mean, a lot of that's from the gold mines, but still, if you have a good cottage capital, like say I had the +8 palace commerce and this already is my capital, that would be fine too. Just take advantage of an early academy in the capital. That's all there is to it. Alright, do you have access to dye now? Yes, I do, so I don't really need a road there. I think it's better just to keep cottaging or improving other tiles. Am I working on improved tiles here? Yeah, if you're working on improved tiles, go ahead and whip. Not a big deal to use up a whip if you're working on improved tiles. And do I want to invest in a monastery? Probably not. I probably just need more worker turns right now. I'm really behind on those. So let's do that. Hook up Canterbury with the rest of my trade network. And yeah, let's just start mining and cottaging things. Oop, there we go. Somebody has monarchy. Will the Gaul trade hit me? Nope. And he's getting good expansion going, actually. Fortunately, he's not near me, so I don't have to worry about him too much. Okay, Ragnar. And since Augustus Caesar is near me, I'll check him just to be safe. But he has someone he hates more, and he's pretty peaceful, so his chances of attacking me are really low. He's almost certainly going to pick somebody else if he picks a war target, and his noob brats. Fine, yeah, you make a demand, I'll give it to you. No worries, you will die later for that making that demand. Need more settlers. Yeah, and I'll switch into monarchy next turn. Ragnar will like me for doing that. And I'm going to try for Colossus. Really, normally I wouldn't self-research metal casting, but again, my tech rate's looking pretty solid right now. And I have copper. Should probably hook it up. But yeah, then I can just build a forge in the capital and start running all of these Colossus coast tiles, which is going to get obscene in a hurry. Plus, it would help me against barbed galleys, which can easily come from here. I might even get claims pillaged before this video ends, because that's just how my luck is with barbed galleys. Also, how am I doing in culture here? Yeah, I'm going to want him in position to start working the cows right away. Oop. No, I need to clear this, not build a mine. What did I say? One more farm? Yeah, one more farm. And this regrew, so I'm going to chop it again. Absolutely want hereditary rule. Very underrated civic. People don't realize how important the happy cap is. I mean, this is not from representation. I'm getting 87 beakers a turn from just the land. A lot of that's from my capital. But if I move my palace there and put an academy there, do the same thing. Definitely don't want to neglect that. Okay, 3 turns I can afford to build a road, and then I can start working on the cow. I would be a little bit more urgent with making military against the AI, but nobody's plotting war, so it's really not necessary. And yeah, now I have this rice nicely sealed off. I have a pretty good sight here. I'm actually just going to hit explore with this warrior since I have sight of all this, and barbs can't spawn there anymore. Leave him on auto explorer so he scopes out the land around me without me investing too much effort into doing that. And I get a border pop next turn, so just like I did at the start of the game, road there, click on him again, hit spacebar to clear his action so he doesn't burn a turn building a road when I'm building a pasture. And I just don't see the point of settling this. It's so weak. just a mine, just an iron mine. Peaks or this city. Either or is pretty good. I think I'll just sell Peaks first. And then I have one more settler on the way. Okay, so I'm going to want one more settler on top of that guy, just so I can settle the rice city. And then I think I'll be good for a little while, so that's not too bad. So frustrating to have them begging for tax. But it's fine, it's fine. And I got a little bit for trading with worst enemies, but that's not the kind of demerit where you're like permanently penalized or you have a sneak attack chance or anything. So you just got to put up with that kind of thing or risk war, one or the other. And I'd rather not fight in a war unless I have to do it. And if I have to do it, I will do it. But otherwise, just avoid that. You know? Avoid that kind of trouble. How many workers do I have for my cities? You do want roughly 1.5 workers per city. I am pretty good on workers. I think I'll let myself grow for a little while and then maybe invest in another worker in that city because I'm going to be settling some more cities soon. But I'm doing pretty well. I mean, if you look at my cities, you're not going to see a lot of unimproved tiles being worked. And that's kind of key. I mean, that's what you want to have work. Well, except for here, but I'm improving that cow right now. You really want to be working improved tiles rather than unimproved tiles, and I've been managing that for the most part, so doing pretty well there. Settle peaks here. Oh no! What are you... stupid misclicks. Oh well, that's why I don't get Hall of Fame finishes usually. I have by luck before, and sometimes your map start is just so good. You know, you can't help it, but that's not usually how it goes. Anyway, I want to start a monument to get to the wheat as soon as I can. I'll probably farm this tile for the civil service garbage backfill. And this is going to be a hammer city too, actually. It doesn't have a lot of good cottage land, has enough food to get onto most of its mines. If I give it some farming help, I'll probably even give it that tile as well, just for a little bit of extra food. So not too bad. Actually, I could use another worker down here for the wines. In fact, I'm going to hook up the wines right away. And one of these guys can come down here. Metal casting in 2. There's a chance I'll miss Colossus, but the AIs are teching slowly enough that I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of getting it, which is why I'm pursuing it. Shift and W for winery. Come on. Go for the cow. This isn't Minecraft. Oh man, they go nuts too. Like you drop them into a little moat like that, and they can't move anywhere. It's like it's terrible. They run their cow mouths like nothing. Nothing can stop them. Not trading maths for masonry, if I can help it. This is my next good city site, so I'm taking it. Probably want to get somebody in position to work the cows right away. I'm actually going to build research for a turn. And what happened here? Oh, they're switching to food tiles. That's fine. I'm going to want a forge. I'm also going to want a trireme. Trireme, then forge. And then I'll go for the Colossus. Just drop another cottage here. And yeah, road the cows. Get some mines going. Things are looking up. And I really don't need courthouses. Maintenance is not hurting me very much right now. Get some libraries because my tech slider is reasonably high even now, despite the number of cities I have. And it's 1 AD and I have 7 cities, but running 50% slider with still 82 beakers a turn, doing very well. Let's check war again. Montezuma has a lot of cities, still not plotting war. He's falling behind in tech. This guy's peace vassal sucktard all written all over him. Yeah, I hate peace vassals. I think you guys know that by now. But it doesn't look like anybody's plotting war. Oh, Ragnar is. Okay, so now that Ragnar's plotting war, let's have a look at who his potential targets are. He's definitely not declaring on Mon. He's definitely not declaring on Dekal. He's cautious with me and Bismarck, and we do not have a lot of border tiles. So we're not likely targets compared to Augustus Caesar, who he hates. But there are no guarantees, so I'm going to keep an eye on Burka. I'm also, just to be safe, I'm going to build a couple archers and move them over into Canterbury. Most AI declarations are in the game do not have oppressive amounts of units, so as long as I'm reasonably cautious, I should not struggle to survive. But again, the chances of it being me are pretty low. I just want to play safe. And Montezuma did settle up here, but yeah, whatever. I mean, that's such a cruddy city. I really couldn't justify taking it. Skip a turn there. Next turn I can start on cows. Didn't I have someone down here? Oh yeah. So by the time the forge finishes, I'll have a road on that tile and access to copper. And it looks like I am going to avoid too much trouble with barbed galleys. Wait, still wait, settle. Don't need a fast monument here since I don't have any good tiles outside of the initial 8 of that city. So no rush there. Yeah, those are fine. That's fine. I had some unhappiness in a city. Here we go. Can I right the ship by whipping something? Yeah, but I'm going to do it after the library finishes. Normally you don't want to... Whoa, I got happiness from something. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it was probably leftover whip anger is what it was. And a forge will be a happiness building, and religious buildings can help me out if I need them. AI still doesn't have anything useful to me in terms of resources to trade. So AI can blow me, but it won't because it's busy blowing itself. And let's see here. Everyone's got at least one city or one worker working on improvements for the city. This city, it's going to tend to grow quickly, so I'm going to want to keep workers on it continually. Granary next. Granary's the #1 economic building in the game. Do not let rookies tell you otherwise. The ability to grow onto more tiles quickly is priority uno in every single city that is going to be growing at all. Easily the most important building. Go for it. Do not pass go. Do not collect anything. Get granaries in your cities. They are that important. Okay, looking pretty good here. Got currency, so now I'm up to 102 beakers a turn at 125 AD, kind of blowing out the game a little bit. And how am I doing here? 1 unhappiness, but it's going to cost me 4 pop. I really don't want to whip that. I mean, maybe I can sneak up a unit? I don't know. I'm a little bit short on production for that sort of thing. I think I'll just eat the unhappiness until I grow again and then whip. Or, yeah, maybe I can slide this archer over there. Take a little bit of a chance with my western border, but like I said, I feel pretty good. And what do we have? Another scientist. London is still my best city. I would consider bulbing normally, but religions are pretty set on this map, so there's no point bulbing code of laws in particular, especially since I don't feel confident in running a religion with this diplomatic situation just yet. This guy was going to over here to settle the rice, I believe. Yes, go settle the rice. So I think I'm just going to settle him in the capital. I mean, that's not great, but it's probably my best use, and it will work. So, and it will improve my research. Yeah, let's just build another plantation. Yeah, now Christianity's been founded. Oh, he founded Christianity. There's a good chance now that the Apostolic Palace will be built by Augustus Idiot Caesar and his industrious trait, and that it will be Confucian. And if he does that, well, I'm going to spread Confucianism to all my cities and build the buildings, even though I probably won't run it. Just for the freebies. Hammers. Well, they're not freebie hammers, but they are, I should say, excellent investment hammers because they give you terrific returns. And okay, it doesn't look like any serious barbed galley trouble. I'm just going to leave this guy here. The only tile they can spawn on in this region now is that one. Also, nothing really useful from settling this island. And there we go, Taoism was found. Did a turn before I could get it anyway. So now I get code of laws. Courthouses are nice, but they're not, and they're reasonably high priority buildings, but they are not the they are not the priority that a lot of people would think. And man, I'm falling behind here on improvements. So get that. Like for example, take my farthest away city here. Building a courthouse in this city will give me about 2.5 gold. Well, that's like working one cottage. You know, that's right now. That's just still not a great return, and it probably won't be for a long time. So just getting onto another cottage tile faster, or getting a higher yield from my cottage tiles, or having more production, those things are just more attractive for the moment. And eventually, courthouses can become a pretty good investment, and on even higher difficulties than Emperor. Again, a little bit better, but not right here. No, I don't think I want to sell you metal casting. I don't think that would end well for me. Yeah, I'm going to invest in a forge in this city. And that should be enough archers. I really don't think Ragnar is going to be able to take me with that. Get through that many hill archers. And I can just trade for masonry and whip a wall too, or a walls, as this game likes to call it, if need be. One thing I didn't think through is I'm probably going to want to... I don't want to cottage this tile. I'm just going to clear it, because I can spread irrigation to that city then, once I get civil service, which is now not too far away. And just keep chopping. Once again, I really don't need roads in the Ragnar, although I think I'll do it for convenience. And yeah, there we go. Some archers with city garrison if they need it, and some that don't. And we're almost done with the city settling now. And I read on the forum someone said that this isn't a good map for moving up. I don't know. I don't see a lot of difficulty here. And as long as you understand the diplomatic situation, this map shouldn't be too hard. You have a lot of good resources available right away, as long as you settle them. And a lot of good land, some AIs that hate each other from the start, so as long as you don't gum up diplomacy, you shouldn't be getting dogpiled or anything. I just don't see how it's like a super challenging map. And okay, I think that's enough archers. You can switch over to a forge for a little while. Seriously, the Emperor AI is not getting through that. I'm sorry, they're not. Yeah, that's fine. Capital doesn't really need the farm any longer. Oh wow, someone did build Colossus. Oh well. A little bit of a wasted effort there then, but what can you do? Capital is still my highest commerce input, I believe. And I'm getting decent beakers from it, so we'll just let's work with what we got. The financial coast, the trade routes, and whatever. Very well then. That's how you want to beat game. Scooting the wonders on me early. I wasn't even paying attention to when it went because I'm too busy talking to you guys. So that's fine. That's fine. Montezuma's getting kind of high in score here. Could I bribe you to hit somebody? How about De Gaulle? You don't like De Gaulle, right? Yeah. I could declare on De Gaulle and then Montezuma would probably be willing to do it. But it's just not worth it. Can I get okay, it's only a 2-pop whip. I'll grow on to one of the pops again pretty soon, and the Forges of Happiness building here. And then I'm just going to invest in a temple to continue growing. Or actually, no, I'm going to invest in an archer, because that is a cheaper source of happiness to get onto more cottages. And financial cottages have enough return on investment to make that cost worth it. So that works. Next turn, yeah, okay. I'm going to get onto that wheat then. Let's see here. I'm tempted to give him metal casting for the gold, but it's really not enough gold. Attack rate's not hurting. And like I said, I was just going to leave this tile alone, probably clear the next one, and spread some irrigations up there. Don't want to cottage everything, even if we are financial. Just a lot of stuff. You know, you want to take advantage of the trait, get a respectable number. And I really need to get improvements in that city. In fact, I'm going to have York build a worker. Maybe even 2 workers. There's really not a lot else that I'll benefit from right away. Rode the cows. And yeah, I get started on a farm there. Instant spread of the food from civil service once I get the opportunity. And you know what? I'm hurting for health, and I think I have spare resources. Oh, no, I don't. I need to hook some up. Okay. Never mind then. No, a barb galley, and I am out of position to stop it. No, I'm not putting up with that. I'm gonna get a trireme. I'm not sure I'll make it in time. But alright, I'm going to cut the video off here, guys. I will see you in the next part. And yeah, just the same thing as I've been doing so far. I'm just going to keep playing while it's compressing audio, but it doesn't seem to take that long. So I'll see you then. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't. Me and team, signing off.